Hello folks, so welcome back to another Wise Game video. In today's video, we're going to be covering Classic WoW. What I'm actually going to be covering in today's video is Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is going to be coming out on December 10th, which is this coming up Tuesday from the date of this video. So on that day, we'll be getting two Battlegrounds, Alterac Valley AV and Warsong Gulch WSG. And then later on in the future, probably in Phase 3, we're going to be getting Arathi Basin AB. But I will still be covering AB in today's video. The main topics I will be covering in today's video is the world locations, where these battlegrounds are actually located on the world. And I'm going to try my best to cover both factions, Horde and Alliance. Seeing I do play the Alliance, I am going to have a little more detailed coverage when it comes to the Alliance side of things, but I do have a lot of information to also share for the Horde players. Now, as we know, World PvP right now has been pretty intense, so I don't want to really try to get too close to the Horde camps as much as possible, but I do have a lot of footage to actually get the point across. And then we're also going to be taking a look at getting certain gears, getting really good gears actually, from doing Battlegrounds, other than just doing ranking points, because we know ranking points and getting rank 14 is a very intense grind, where a good majority of players are probably not going to achieve rank 14. Which I actually thought was the only way of getting any type of gears from PvP for this game. But come to find out, there is another way of getting even more rewards and gears, even some certain mounts, and that's from reputations. So as you do Battlegrounds, they're going to be tied to reputations. Once you grow those reputations, it's now going to open up rewards for all kinds of levels in the game. So what's really nice about this is that it's not just geared for level 60s. And then Quartermasters, which are the NPCs that we speak to actually obtain these rewards once those reputations have been met. So let's get started with battleground locations, information, and reputation rewards for Classic WoW. The first one we're going to be covering is Warsong Gulch WSG. This is the one that has the lowest level requirement. You could actually start doing this at level 10. And where I'm heading right now is for the Alliance. This is where they could actually enter WSG. It's in the area called Ashenvale. But the good news is you don't have to go to these world locations to queue up for these battlegrounds. Each capital city for your faction is going to have Battlemasters, where, for example, Stormwind, it's located in the keep, which is the castle, is going to have a Battlemaster room. And in there is going to be the NPCs that you speak to, and now you could queue up for that particular battleground. And this holds true also for getting your rewards and your gearing. So, they are different. So each Quartermaster or each vendor for this will have different kinds of gearing. So whichever kind of certain gear you want, say if you want gloves for a druid or whatnot, you may have to research and find out which vendor or Quartermaster has that piece for you. So from my understanding, the capital cities will have more of a selection of gearing and your rewards. Next, let's take a look at level brackets. For WSG, the level brackets, say for the first one is 10 to 19. For a tip here, I don't advise going in at level 10, because if you're going to be fighting against level 19s, I think you know what's going to happen. You're probably going to get demolished. And this goes for any bracket, for any battleground. So wrapping up WSG, this is where it's located for the Alliance, indicated by the red circle. And this is the Quartermaster for WSG. Right now, the inventory is going to show empty until the Battlegrounds get added to the game. And that's the only one that's on Kalmador. The other two is now on the Eastern Continent. Now, as I said earlier about the rank 14 grind being very intense, the reputation's not quite as intense, but it is going to take you quite a bit of time. So don't expect to get this thing done in like a week. The fastest one, I believe, is Alterac Valley, because it's got a lot of quests. And those quests, a good amount of them is repeatable quests. So if you keep doing those over, it should give you gains when it comes to your reputation for Alterac Valley. And then Battleground objectives is a great way too to get your reputation up even a little bit faster. So if you capture flags, if you do things like guard bases once AB is available, things along that nature should give you more gains when it comes to reputation as a whole. Next on our list is Arathi Basin. Now AB is not going to be added, as I said earlier, on December 10th. And here's a look at the level brackets for this battleground. We could see this one you have to be level 20 or above. And here is the faction names for the reputations that we need for AB. And here is some of the rewards offered by getting reputation with AB. Now before I forget, and this is super important, only level 60s can get exalted with Battlegrounds. But anybody who's under level 60 can still get revered. And of course, those rewards. And I also want to say again that all the gear in the game that I'm showing you for either faction, the stats are the same. The only difference is cosmetic and the name of them, compared to, say, getting a piece of gear like this from a raid. So here we are about to land at Refuge Point. This is the spot now for the Alliance camp. So this is where the battleground is located for the Alliance. And now looking at the map, this is where both locations are. So there we are for the Alliance, and then there's Hammerfall for the Horde. So just on the north side of Hammerfall, that's where you guys will find the entrance to your battleground. And again, at your Battlemasters in any capital city will also have that queue for you. Another thing I want to note too is when you do accept the queue in Classic WoW, you do not have to stay there. Once you accept the queue, you can venture off and do whatever you want until that queue pops. Last on our list is probably the most popular and the one that most players love the most when it comes to Battlegrounds. This being the highest level battleground when it comes to starting off. And this is Alterac Valley, known as AV. And this is located in Alterac Mountains, which is not too far from Hellsbrad, which is where South Shore is, and also Torrent Mill. And this happens to be the largest battleground out of all three of them for Classic WoW, with a lot of objectives to do, backcapping towers, you name it, and a lot of quests. So this is one of the reasons why they claim that AV would be the fastest when it comes to getting your reputation up to Exalted once you're level 60. And just like the other battlegrounds that we covered, we know AV does not come up short at all when it comes to giving you awesome rewards. Even a mount called a Frost Wolf mount. And this mount could actually be used at level 40 if you have your riding and your training. And an awesome amount of gears. To the point where it's even better than Molten Core gears, which is really, really impressive. And we can see here's a sample of some of them. So if you're an active PvPer, this is definitely a reputation worth getting. When I was at this level and leveling up in this area, I would come in this cave if I had to go AFK and stuff. Look at all the elites in here. They're all elite like 61s. This is like the best, maybe strongest place when it comes to the Alliance, when it comes to their gods. And here is the Quartermaster for this area right here for the Alliance, for AV. And again, the items are showing blank right now until they introduce the Battlegrounds in a couple of more days. Okay guys, I'm going to do something a little ballsy here. I'm going to try to get as close as I can to the Horde camp, so we could actually get a close-up of where their location is. So here's the map right here. And I'm going to head right there. I'm going to get as close as I can, and then I'm going to use my Eye of Clarag, or whatever you want to call it, to even try to get even closer. So let's see. And while I'm heading there, I'll go over a few key details that we've already covered in today's video, just as a recap so we don't forget. Again, you can only get exalted with these reps only if you're level 60. And also when it comes to both factions, when it comes to the actual gears, it's going to be the same stat-wise. It's just going to have different names and different looks and appearances to it. This is a great way for all levels beyond level 10 to start getting some honor built up and to start getting some gears even at lower levels. And as we seen earlier, there's 2 great mounts for both factions that's available once you get the rep up for AV. Even though we did show you all the locations on the world map, again, these are all accessible within your major cities. So each major city is going to have a location where these Battlemasters will hang out, and you just go speak to them, and they'll put you in the queue for that particular battleground. And again, each Quartermaster located throughout the world, and even in your main cities, will also have different types of rewards from your reputation. Now here I am at the location for the Horde, as we can see right there on the map. Whoop, that was a little too quick. And now let's see how close I could actually get. So I'm going to summon out my eyeball. And remember, using these eyes on warlocks, once they break, they're going to come towards me. Because they are sensed by higher humanoids, or any being, actually, even mobs in the game. So now I got to take off because now they're coming after me. So this is the way you're going to get the bulk of most of your gear and from PvP. And then again, with your ranking points, once you start going up in higher ranks, you'll be able to get a few pieces of nice rewards that way also. In a rank 14, an awesome weapon. So I was excited to find out that there is other ways of getting, besides just ranks in the game, when it comes to getting great rewards from PvP efforts without spending 60-70 hours a week. Although reputation is something that's not going to be done overnight, it just seems to me a lot quicker than it would be doing the ranks. But as we know, doing both ranks and the reputation, and plus getting your honor points and all that good stuff, you're really going to be doing awesome when it comes to getting rewards for PvP for Classic WoW. And that's about it, guys. I think we pretty much covered everything for today's video. We'll be coming out with more videos in the near future now that Battlegrounds is going to be coming out, covering more information about the PvP system. Always check the comment section down below in case if there's a few things that I did leave out that I forgot about. I will always list that down in the comments section. So as always, thank you for stopping by and watching Wise Gamer. Feel free to sub up for more future videos and comment down below. Until then, we'll catch you the next time. Bye bye.